Right, it's time for an update video. Things are changing. Firstly, you notice there's no solar panels. It's because they're all stacked here, all put away. And there's the whopping great stack of batteries. It is because we are moving. It's time to leave this late. I've got the van over there, just using tools to put everything away. Electric bike now has a this is ridiculous. The electric bike now has dual motors. This thing is ferocious. And the big battery pack we were building is finished. Well, it's not finished, it's a cardboard box with gaffer tape, but it's something. But yeah, all the panels are here, stored away. Empty boxes. We've got the solar setup is all basically inside this box. You've got all the MPPT controllers, the inverter, transfer switch. For today's video, doing something slightly different. I didn't bother filming taking all the solar system apart because today, I'm going to go down the alleyway. Hold on, I'm going to climb the beam. So yeah, this is where the batteries were. Sort of a couple of barrels down here. Inverters are all gone, batteries gone. But we've got a job on. I have the heat pump. Honestly, I want to take my heat pump with me. And it's a, what is it, 410A or something? R290, sorry. Which means she is propane. 320 grams of propane. It's only a little unit, 770, 750 watt. It does the job pretty well. But obviously it's got to come with me. Doesn't belong here. We've got pipes going up to the indoor unit. So anyway, so this is going to be, I've got to get the gas out. Now, it's propane. Couldn't just let it out and call it a day. It's odourless propane. Because there's nothing wrong with venting propane. But what I want to do, I want to pump down the unit. Pump all the gas that was originally inside this unit. Because when it arrived, it was full, it had a full charge of gas. All you had to do is connect the line set up to the indoor unit. Which is, see for the window, up there. So to connect the line set to the back of that. And pull the vacuum on the line set via this port here, which is the suction line, the low pressure, high pressure, low pressure. It's probably marked on it, I can't see it from here, but you can tell the pipe size. Suction larger, high pressure smaller. Getting attacked by this. So what we can do is just going to close the high pressure valve, switch it on, see what happens. It may not like this. I don't know. We're going to find out together. So, take off the cap. And there's an Allen key. Let's see. Allen key. And what we're going to do is just going to wind it in and switch the unit on. So try and get the right Allen key out of here. Could be this size, I don't know. It's very hard to do one-handed. That's everything is in life. It's not that. Try that one. Next side, right. So what we're going to do, wind the valve all the way in, clockwise, till it stops, nip it up, cap on. See what happens when we switch it on. It might just complain and throw up an error code. If it does, I'm not that fussed. I can get the odourless propane. It's quite expensive, but I can get it easy enough. So now we switch the unit on, we'll start sucking the gas out of the line set, pumping it into the receiver, and then not being able to go anywhere because it can't come back out. So, yeah, 1 minute. Right, so there's a good chance this could be completely stupid, but battery is low in my remote. Enough to work. Really? Right, that's a problem. The battery is too low for it to do its job. Right, luckily it's a smart air conditioner, so I can turn it on from here. Here it goes. It's turned on inside. Let's see what happens. That says 18 degrees. I'm going to set it to real low. 16, so it's definitely going to run up. So we're going to explode, or it's going to work. The fans are on. taking a step or a few back. See how long this worked for? Because there's nowhere to connect the gauge set up to view the suction line pressure. The compressor hasn't started yet either. I'm going to put you closer. Actually, there's no point, there's nothing to be seen. I'm going to leave the remote control there, set at 16 degrees, and see what she does. Don't think the compressor's started yet. You can see the fans running, so it's blowing all the bushes around. Electric model something or other. Going to take a back seat. Come back when it actually does something. Wow, nothing's happened yet. Running. Blowing. Be going for about, I don't know, a couple of minutes. Don't know if the compressor's started yet. Whether I've got to fool it and leave the valve open and shut it during operation, I don't know. The manual does not describe how to do this, so I'm just hoping it doesn't kill it. But it hasn't tried turning the compressor on yet. The internal unit is still reading, focus, 16 degrees. Rightio, I'll come back if anything actually starts happening. I'm in fact a total idiot. Of course there's a way you can see what it's doing. It's right here. We're closing the high pressure side and we're supposed to be measuring what's going on here. Why didn't I think of that? We want that port. For God's sakes. We want to plug our gauges into this line. There we are, there's our Schrader valve. Good. Right, let me get connected up to that. Right, so idiot time is over. I've now released the gas back in just so we could see some pressure. We now have pressure on the gauge, which is about 5 bars of pressure in there. Now, we'll close that valve, the high pressure line going back to the machine. Now we're going to set it on cooling and see what it does. So, we get the remote control back. Let me in. Look at the wall. Power on. Now she's going to go. Now we can observe the gauge. Where's my beer? It's on the top of it. Focus. Right, now we can observe when it pulls it into a vacuum. Hello? Now, the right angle of light, you should be able to see when it fires up. Press the button to stop recording. Right, the unit is powered up. There we go, running already. Just pulling on the gas out the lines quite rapidly. It's going to pull it into a vacuum. We're going to let it pull a vacuum for a bit. Just so it completely empties the whole line set out. There you go. That would make it difficult. So it's pulling quite a hard vacuum on the line set. I'm going to let it do that until it's got all the gas out, which won't take it long, so there's not a lot of gas in it. Then we're going to switch it off in a second and see if the low side pressure comes back up. It should not. There shouldn't be any pressure in the low side. It should be helped by the rebound. So I'm going to switch it off now with my phone. Power off. And observe what happens. So you can see the gauge is starting to creep back up already. It'll be interesting to see where it creeps back up to. I'm pretty sure our pipework here is pretty good. I'll guarantee it. We just close our valve quickly. see what happens if that stops the degradation of the vacuum it's pulled. Right. So, at the moment, I've wound the valve back in with my Allen key. If you see, if I open this, there's still gas in there, so we need to let it run a bit longer yet and pull the rest of the gas out, because the gas will be sat in the machine in the indoor unit as well. So we're going to let it run and go. Is it not turning on now? It's being a pain. Right, I'll look into this. Right, so I let it run for 5 minutes like this. 26 seconds left. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to shut the valve on it. We get ready to shut her off. 20 seconds left on the clock. I'll let that time out, but yeah, pulled down. It's into quite a vacuum, so within 5 minutes you'd hope it would have pulled most of the refrigerant back out of the line set and the actual indoor unit and chucked it back into its receiver. And there goes our timer. So we can go to our app, if I can find it, there. I'm going to close the suction line, close her off, see if our gauge rises. But this should close it off for us. I'll turn fully clockwise, nip it up, turn the machine off. In fact, observe our gauge, it hasn't risen this time, it's still sat in a vacuum. So power off, she's now off, and we have the vacuum in the suction line. We'll let it finish powering down. We'll put the make sure that's closed nicely. It is, it's nice and tight, not stupidly tight. Put our cap back on. Nip that up quickly with the 19mm. There we go. Right, so now we should be able to undo our suction line. I'm expecting to need a bigger spanner. Hold on. Alright, a couple of minutes later, I've got some more spanners. Still in the vacuum. So, I'm going to assume we're going to hear a hiss. Get that out of the way. We're going to hear a hiss because the atmosphere is now going to re-enter the line set at this point, which is fine because we can vac it out at this point when we want to put the unit back into commission. So, as I crack this off, you'll see the gauge creep back up as atmosphere re-enters the system. And there you go, we're back to 0. And that's that. Take the line set off. Probably want a 17mm for the high pressure side. Won't be anything in this because it's empty the other way. There you go. Now I could do is find some caps to chuck over these, stop the dirt getting in, or I'll just put the cover back on. There we go. We pumped it down. So what's left to do now before we do this bit, reminder, I have disconnected the plug indoors. This is no longer powered. So these are pretty straightforward. You've got a live, a neutral and a signal. So your live is brown, neutral is blue, signal is black, and an earth. So I'm going to disconnect all of that, and yeah, this unit, we just disconnect the pipes at the other end around the corner, and this is ready to pull out. You probably shouldn't disconnect the ground wire first, but I know for a fact this unit is unplugged. I'm the only one here. I know for a fact I've just done it, so I'm not worried. These are spades, so you just loosen and re-tighten afterwards. Not too tight because you don't want to wear them out. Loosen, slide them out, job done. Come on. she goes. Wires are out. Undo the clamp. I just slacken this side probably all at once. Like that. And there you go. There's our electrical disconnected. Now this unit is a bit different to most of the bigger units. They receive their power supply from outdoors, so you'll have a big disconnect on the wall next to the machine, say about here, clunk, off it goes. But this one, because it's only a small unit, is powered from the inside of the house, which is quite a novel way of doing it, but that's the way they do it. So we disconnect this, disconnect the gas line for the gauge. Got our last cap back on. Can't see because I can't bother to be angry with the camera, so you put me a cap on, nip that up, and the unit's ready to move. Remove all snails from inside your electrical cover and grass. Line her up and chuck it back on. That came off. So, screws back in so you don't lose them, so they're ready for next time. There we go. La, la, la. Bottom screw. And while you've got the unit out, you can give it a bloody good clean before it goes back to its new home. Ah dear. Now, I'm not a proper air conditioning engineer. And I don't need to be. This is propane, so it doesn't matter. Either way, I'll have this half of it out. I can now heave this lump of a unit all the way along here and back over the wall. So I'll do that now. Bit out of breath, but here it is. Removed from its hiding hole of the last couple of years. See, it's pretty dirty on the bottom. That's not the bit we're worried about. Maybe it's the coils. Yeah, they don't look too bad. You can still clearly see through them. There's also dust on them. In good condition. Just wants a damn good clean. Right, now we're going to get the indoor unit out. So, not sure I can show you all of that, but that's the main bit of taking it down, is getting the gas back into this unit so you don't lose it all. That way you don't have to buy another cylinder of gas. So yeah, I'll probably go through the recommissioning of this unit when we get there. It's an electric oh god. an EL9WMINV-V3. Yes. There you go, now you know. Brilliant. A bit more work later. I've removed the line set from the units all the way up to the window where it was bodged. Here's the indoor unit. Like I said, this one is powered from the wall and then sends its power down the line set with this cable all the way to the outdoor unit, because it's such a low power rating. Didn't need it. But yeah, there's the end of the line set pipes there. Don't need a bloody good clean, but you see I just made some little stand brackets for it to sit on the windowsill, and it sat there quite nicely on them. Did a bloody good job. Never cleaned the filter, and it's not actually too dusty. Yeah, I'll just tidy these pipes up a bit. I mean, this copper pipe is like bending, might as well be bending solid bloody stainless steel, it's so hard. But yeah, there we go. That's today's video on how to decommission a mini split unit. I imagine the procedure is mostly the same on other types of gas, but this little propane unit, or what is it? R290 propane unit was very straightforward. The proof would be when I put it back in somewhere else, if it actually has enough gas in it to work anymore. But there you go. There's the condensate drain. That's the other thing I didn't show you, was the Here's the pipe that goes outside, and all the condensation that collects in the indoor unit goes down there. Also, this is a reversible one, so this can be used for heating and cooling. I did try and use it for heating a bit, but this needs to be up, not on the floor for it to do that. It works better off the floor. Anyway, lovely day here down at the lake. I am now going to go inside and start packing up more stuff, and yeah, maybe the next video will be the new place. Yeah, thank you for watching.